Recording? Well, all right. Good morning, Donny.
Good morning.
All right, so maybe you want to introduce yourself quickly. Where you come, why did you come,
Yeah.
and then we talk about your experience here.
Okay. Well, my name is Donnie. I come from Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up there. Lived there about 38 years. Moved to Malaga, Spain last year. Been living there ever since. And I was got to Spain and really started to enjoy the wine a little too much. And it was always a problem before it, but it really kind of started to take a hold. And it was becoming a problem, along with some other problems, in my life that were, porn addiction and alcohol addiction were really the two things that were kind of out of control. And I knew they were out of control for the past, 5 years. And, they progressed. I tried to get them under control, but they kind of crept back in. They kept creeping back in. And I just knew I needed some real power in order to get a hold of these things and make them go away. So I had read your book back in 2015, and it stuck in my head. It stuck in my head for, what would it be, 7 years? Approximately 7 years it stuck in my head. There was like a resonance in my head. I always knew it was like there's something here. Didn't remember what the book was about, but I knew that there was something there. And I heard you on a podcast you did earlier this year in January. I think it was Martin Ball's podcast. And I heard that podcast in September. And I said, okay, now's the time. I got to get down to Peru and get myself together. It was always something I always knew that there was power in psychedelic medicines and indigenous wisdom. And I had to take the chance because I was in a bad place and it would have just gotten worse. So let's try something new. And here I am after three and a half months later.
So how did it start here?
How did it start? Well, I got here and first medicine ceremony, I'd say I was pretty anxious about it, but I'd had a little experience with psychedelics throughout my life, so I wasn't too anxious. But I knew I had a lot of baggage to go through and uncover, and I just that's the part that makes you nervous. It's like, what am I going to see about myself? What's it going to show me? And 2 hours into the medicine, you come over to check on me, and I tell you my story, and you told it to me straight that I was, a liar, cheater, jerk, spoiled, alcoholic, all these things. Bam, 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 bam. And you hit me with them, and it's funny looking back, but it's true. Those things were true, and I was able to acknowledge that they were true, but that there's also this other side of me that I knew was not that. And that's the part I wanted to embody and find and become. So, that's...
And how was the process?
Process was intense. I mean, this is the most intense process I've ever been through in my life. And it's, lots of ups and downs, lots of challenges. Lots of tests to see if I'm committed to actually changing and doing the work. But even though there are those tests, and even though it is difficult, the medicine rewards you when you actually commit to it. And when you start to live from love, truth, and compassion, the medicine really rewards you. So, yes, it can be difficult at times, but it's not all difficult, and it's not, there can be a lot of joy. There can be, you would always tell me, in the middle of the medicine when I'd be struggling, you find the joy, find the parts about it that, you don't have to beat yourself up all day. And medicine gives you choice, but it also asks you to do work too. So you do some work. I find that I would do about 2 hours of work a day. Some days were all day work, but when I really started to flow with the medicine and started to understand it, I'd do about 2 hours of work and then do some writing, and then I was able to usually find the joy in the day and enjoy the nature, enjoy the weather, and enjoy the beautiful scenery. The places that we do this medicine in are beautiful, and they are beautiful nature places, beautiful natural places. So I really tuned into those things, and there's a lot of healing there. And it's really about connecting to the heart, getting out of the mind, fixing the mind viruses that you have, going after them and rooting them out. It's like resetting a hard drive on a computer. You do those things, and then allow nature to fill that void, or fill replace those viruses with its message, its energy. So that's really part of the process was really just allowing nature to reset my nervous system, allowing the cactus to reset, get in there and open it up and allow the natural world to kind of reset me. That's kind of what I started to notice.
Okay. So what was maybe most challenging for you during the medicine work?
The most challenging part for me was realizing that realizing I had to be truthful to myself and the people around me. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself about who you think you are. It's not easy to realize things and then have to execute on them. Sometimes you can realize things and you go, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to, tell this person who I really am in their life. But, I feel like when you do it, when you do those things, when you do the hard work that the medicine asks you to do, it rewards you. It's like it shows you that you have power. It shows you that you're capable of things you don't think you're capable of. And usually there's a lot of grace and forgiveness when you're able to be truthful with who you are and let other people know who you are. So it's that. I think that was the hardest part. Some days the medicine is just so strong on you that it makes it hard to physically handle. Sometimes there's nausea, but most of the time it's not bad. But that happens occasionally. But that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is unwiring the programming. Undoing the programming that you've been given for however many years you've been alive on this planet. So that was some of the hardest stuff.
So how do you see yourself now versus when you came?
Well, I was
already.
I was discussing with somebody here last night. We were just talking about my journey here, and there were a couple things that happened to me that really have stuck with me. One of the places we went to the portal, and that was the first time in my life I'd ever felt like a sacred being. Like there was something, sacredness. I felt like I was sacred. That I want to care for this body. That I feel like it gave me a sense of self-worth. And I had self-worth, but not to the degree before. I went to Catholic church as a child for from whatever age until 18. And I did that, and never once did I ever feel that it was sacred. I went there with reverence, and I didn't go there with a cavalier attitude, but I never connected to what they were serving. They weren't serving direct experience of the divine. they're serving this intermediary thing where the priest is in between you and God, and they're like they're the intermediary, and the medicine is not that. The medicine, you drink it, you can act as a guide, from your experience with it, but it's really about you and the medicine and direct experience with the divine. There was one day I connected directly to the guy in mind, the mind of the planet. I connected to it and I plugged into it, and you don't get that at church. I never did. Maybe some people did, but
Nobody does.
yeah. So, the day like I said, the day at the cave or the portal, I felt sacred for the first time in my life, and then, and then there was a night we've had the opportunity to do ayahuasca. I did ayahuasca twice here, and I think the first night I did it, and I had done it before in the jungle and never got really anything that I was looking for. I don't know if it's the mix of the Huachuma during the 15 times I had done it before ayahuasca that kind of set me up to do ayahuasca, and then ayahuasca brought a different perspective.
Each medicine opens you up and prepares for another one.
Yeah.
They go back in the suit.
Yeah, and so that night I felt actually like I loved myself, like I actually said, man, I don't want to hide this person from the world anymore. I used to be a kind of reserved, shy, not necessarily shy, just reserved. I was always kind of hiding who I was. I didn't want to fully present myself to the world because I didn't fully believe in myself. And that night, I saw that I was worth loving and that I love myself. So, those two things, I go back with feeling sacred and loving myself. They're kind of two sides of the same coin. But, if I just go back with those two things, it changes everything about my the way I approach myself, the way I approach other people. What I started to understand is like when you fully love yourself, then you can love other people. You can offer love to other people. That it's really important to you have to love yourself first before you can truly love other people or care for other people. So yeah, I feel like these tools are going to give me the tools to go back, be a better dad, be a better partner in life, be a better version of myself.
Person.
Yeah, be a better person, and I'm always going to stick with the principles of, and like I said last night, I feel like I'm going to fail at times, just in terms of who I am as being a human, but I'm really going to work towards living in truth, love, and compassion. I feel like, and joy. Add those four things together, and it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna feel good, and I'm gonna execute on my projects. I'm gonna take care of the people around me, and just live more in joy. All these things kind of combine to just come. It all comes down to at the core of the Huachuma cactus is love, and it's like if you can live from the heart instead of up here, I think I'm going to be better at that. I really think I'm going to be better at that.
Well, that's really very good to see your progress. Like anyone, some people they come with one face and they leave with another face. And a lot of transformation happens here in a relatively short time.
Yeah.
And this is all just a download. When you go back, it will unfold in time, and you really unpack the whole thing back home.
Yeah. So
more insight comes, you will have a kind of a higher perspective on the work that you did here, because you already will be like far away from here, So, how do you see your alcohol addiction that was before? Like, how do you feel about this?
It's just
like, what was the reason for that? What was the cause for this?
Lack of self-love. If you can consistently put alcohol in your body, we talked about it and how it is a stupid spirit. It's a spirit that just kills everything it touches. Lying spirit. It's a stupid spirit. it kills anything it touches. It destroys anything it touches. And I was putting that into my body on a regular basis, and in denial as to what I was doing to myself. It's just it was feeling this lack of self-love. It was
connection.
Yeah, connection, and
lack of connection.
Yeah, there was a lack of connection. I feel like the modern world really tries to offer us things. It likes to offer us addictions. It likes to offer us things that take our power away, because then that power is available for others to harvest.
And they're in control of you.
Then they're in control of me, and they're in control of the messages that they can put into my head. And so it was really about. I always kind of knew that this indigenous wisdom was real, and I always knew that there was something in these ancient traditions. And the modern world makes it like, first of all, it's crazy. You can't do that. You're gonna lose your mind.
Says the world that has no mind.
That has no mind. And I lost a mind that they gave me. The virus-ridden, poisoned. The mind that they offer you. I did lose my mind. I lost that part of my mind. And I actually found my mind, and I found what I want to be. And so alcohol is just one of the things amongst many that they can offer you. They offer you American football, they offer you reality TV, they offer you heroin, cocaine, they offer you McDonald's, they offer you Coca-Cola, they offer you, not to say you can't have a Coca-Cola every once in a while, but like fine. People, these things are made to make addicted people, and alcohol was the thing that I used because I don't know, it just kind of took the edge off of feeling like things aren't fully right here. This thing that we're all doing.
Just numb yourself.
Yeah,
self-numbing.
It was a way to avoid that overwhelming sense that I had that things were off, and that the life I was living in a modern world is just it doesn't feed it never fed my soul. So I was like, let's numb it. Let's numb something because I don't feel fully powerful. I never felt fully in my own power. I always felt like there was this weak.
Of course, because it's disconnection. That's the source of suffering for 7 billion people. 99.9% probably.
Yeah.
It's exactly the problem.
Yeah.
That's what the medicine fixes.
It gives you connection. It gives you connection. Yeah. So, that addiction, I feel like, just kind of faded away. We talked about it. If it was just alcohol, if I just got rid of alcohol, the whole trip is worth it.
Yeah, that would be huge.
The whole trip was worth it. But I didn't. That was just like a side effect. It's
it would kill you.
Yeah.
Just would kill your liver. You would die.
Yeah.
Like my uncle, who was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Just following his divorce,
yeah.
found his salvation in a bottle of vodka every day, and just a few years later he was dead.
Yeah.
And you already had liver problems, so that just would take care of it in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just it just pushed it out of the way. And it gave me back my power. That's what the medicine did. The medicine gave me back my power. And now I feel powerful. I feel like capable of doing amazing things in the world. I feel capable of
living happy.
Yeah, of living a happy life and making people's lives around me better, hopefully. Hopefully I'm capable of that. And this will be part of the test going back is applying this stuff. So I'm excited for that. I'm really excited. I'm excited to go back to my life and to put this work to the test.
Just a second, Serge, can you please tell Tatiana to talk in her room because we can hear her here. Tell her we're doing interview and please do it from her room. So we'll hear the video. And I don't want to edit it all out because I'm tired today. Say it. Something to put out. So, okay. What else do you want to share with people about your experience here? How you know, maybe about the people you met here. How was your whole experience like, beside of the medicine? Just being here with us, with all the people here. How was that? This part, the social part.
I don't know. I feel like I'm at home in a lot of ways here. I feel like this place, for me, it really fits as fit. I don't know. It's comfortable to me. You know, I like Peru in general. You know, I like Latin American culture. I like the feel. I like the pace. All that stuff. But you know, being here at Huachuma, you know, Sergey, with your family here, and you know your two daughters and your wife. It's not. I don't think most people are doing the medicine like this. Most people, I don't know. It's just a different.
Most commercialized, you know.
Yeah, it feels very homey. You know, you invited us into your home for my birthday, which was in October. Did we do something for Thanksgiving? I don't know. Thanksgiving, maybe not Thanksgiving. Christmas,
New
Year's. So, you know, those are things that, you know, I wish I was with my family for those things. But
of course.
But being here, this is good work for my family, so it was worth it. And, you know, so we spent time with you and your family. And then the people that have been here is, you know, I've met some of the people here that you create connections with people that, I mean, when you're into medicine, it's just, you go right to the core. You don't, there's not the surface level stuff that the modern world, you know, often makes relationships be about. Yeah, there's a real bonding. And, you know, so I met some of the people that are going to be best friends for me for the rest of my life. And it's really, really nice to have met the people here and, you know, share meals together and sit around the fire together at night and go to town together. Sometimes get, you know, food in town together. It's just there's just a level of comfort. Is I don't know, and real connection with people is what I've found. And it's been really nice. And the other people around act as teachers. You know, the other people that have been here have actually spurred my healing more. You know, I wouldn't have been able to come as far as I have without the people that are here. It's been really nice to have other people be teachers for you. They kind of can illuminate things that you're not seeing about yourself.
Yeah,
maybe they'll tell you direct. Yeah, they're mirrors. They can tell you directly, but then you can also see what they're going through and go, oh man, I have that thing. Wow. Oh, maybe I should take a look at that. You take a look at it and you go, yeah, I do have that thing, and I'm going to fix it. So yeah, the people here give you opportunities to go deeper into the healing. It's been amazing. Yeah,
that's exactly right. Yeah. So how are you feeling leaving? So you are leaving tonight.
Yeah.
Supposed to leave tomorrow, but now with all the strikes.
Yeah.
You can get you back in Cusco tonight.
Yeah.
If you want to fly tomorrow.
I'm really excited. I'm excited to return, see my daughter, work on things back home, and do, put the stuff to the test. I feel ready for it. I feel like I've been here 3.5 months, and I feel like I've accomplished the work I've set out to accomplish for this venture. You know, I'm not done with the medicine, but I'm done with it for now. I feel like, if I were to stay longer, it feels like I could do it, but I feel like
there is no need.
There's no need at this point.
The work is done for now.
The work is done for now, and I'm excited to put it to the test. I just don't know what it's going to feel like getting on an airplane. I'm not the same guy as I was when I got here. It's just like, how am I going to act in the regular world, But
just be yourself.
I know. I'm not worried. I'm not so worried about it. I'm excited to see.
Excited. Yeah.
I'm excited to see.
It's exciting, Just going with eyes open.
Yeah.
Heart open.
Yeah.
Connected. Just go back and explore life,
Yeah. Yeah, I got plans for things to do and
book to ride.
Book to write. That came yesterday, last day of the medicine, and it's like I was resistant because Mercedes had told me, he's like, man, I see you writing a book. He said that about a month ago, and I was like, no, man, I'm not that's not happening. I don't see myself as a writer, but my writing really started to become sharp and beautiful and dynamic, and
has to be expressed.
Yeah, and now it's like at each ceremony I started writing more, and now I just realize, wow, okay, I do have something here, something to put into a book, and
of course.
So there's work to do there, and I have other projects and other things that I'm excited to work on. I go back and play some sports and get back into sports, get back into physics. Music, I've never been very good with music. I did write a song. I wrote a song.
Get a guitar. Write the music. It's really that simple. You just do what you want.
Yeah. So I have a lot to go back to, and I can't wait to play with my daughter, take her to the playground, and take her to school, and just spend time with her.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I have a lot, and I'm really excited about it.
Maybe next time you bring her here so she can play with my daughter.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
While we're doing the work in the forest.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for sure.
And the book will help you to better understand everything we did here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the powerful integration.
Yeah.
Following this work.
Mm-hmm.
You just really write, and you really can express and put in words everything, and you really see it clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. It will be amazing way to stay connected and better understand the work here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing.
It's wild. It's magic. I keep saying, people ask me what I found. I just now I understand. Magic. I understand that the magic is real, Nora. Yeah.
So, how do you feel about the importance of being truthful in your life and being true to yourself, first of all?
I mean, the medicine really gave me the message that how important it is to tell the truth. First of all, telling the truth to myself, but also telling the truth to the people that are around me. I really got the message that it's not fair to withhold the truth of yourself from the people around you. It's not fair to myself because it withholds my ability to grow, but it also holds back other people's ability to grow in their life. And sometimes it's hard to tell the truth. Sometimes there's resistance to it, but the medicine really urges you to do it because it knows that it's the best thing for you and your growth. And I really saw that. I really saw that the importance of telling the truth. And even though there was resistance, I did the things that it asked me to do. I did the.
Russian bones.
I found the strength to do it, and I was rewarded for it. It's like, yeah, it's hard, and yeah, it's not. Sometimes it's easier to just withhold it, but it really isn't. Because when you withhold the stuff, you keep it inside you, and you don't grow. I felt after I told the truth to some of the people around me that needed to hear it about who I really was and who I really was to them. Yeah, it's like you said, it's a poison. It's a poison unless you get it out of you. Yeah. And it's a poison to the other people around you too. They just don't know they're being poisoned.
And it makes life easier because you don't need to remember all the lies you tell people.
Yeah, you
don't need to remember anything.
I can just relax. And
just relax and live your life and speak the truth, and you can never be challenged in that.
Right.
So nobody can say, "Oh, you told me different."
Yeah.
It's like you're like, "Wow, really?" So I say the same thing.
Yeah, and I really feel
makes life easy.
It makes life easier. It's like there's this ease that comes with it, and it makes me really want to be truthful going forward, because then you don't have to do the hard thing. You don't have to tell people the hard things that the lies that you've been telling. So it really makes But yeah, it really encourages me to want to tell the truth going forward. Because I know that if I come back to the medicine and I haven't been truthful, it's again, here you go. You have to do these things again.
Come up with the medicine right away.
The medicine makes it.
I'll show you the this message, the truth serum, you know.
Yeah.
Makes you see the truth and makes you want to speak the truth and be truthful. Period.
And live in it. Live in
Live
the
in it,
truth.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing I go back with. Is like, you know, I'm going to be imperfect in my life. I hope to be more perfect. But, you know, one thing I really want to do is just stay in truth. It just makes life easier.
Yeah,
It makes things
the
easier.
truth.
Yeah. So
That's powerful. Well, maybe we end on that note.
I like that.
Before the wind will take the
I
camera
like
out of
that.
it.
I like that. Well, thank you. I just, you know, I want to say thank you for you following your path, I want to thank the medicine for being there. But, you know, like I said, I don't know if I said it before, but, you know, I read your book 7 years ago, and it stuck with me. And then I heard you on a podcast earlier this year, and I go, oh my God, it's that guy again. Like, I got to go see him. There was something truthful in his book. And I came here, and it was what I remember. That there's integrity, sincerity, truth, and you know, I found that here, and that's the type of medicine I want to work with. And you know, I searched
That's
long
type
and hard.
of person you want to be.
Yeah, that's what I want to be. That's right. So searched long and hard, but you know, I finally found something here, and I will be back. And as long as you'll have me.
Of course, you're welcome anytime.
And yeah, I got work to do, so I'm gonna go home, do the work, and get writing.
Yeah.
Take care of my daughter, and do the right things. Be living in truth and love. You know?
Wonderful.
That's it.
All right, Danny. Good luck.
Thank you, Sergey.
All the best
It's been great.
to you from here. Just keep shining your light.
Let's do it. Let's do it together. It's great.